Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Norco, where we have certainly made a situation of this now. This place is a powder keg, and I really... Clearly what we are supposed to do, narratively, is step into this rocket. But I so much do not want to be inside this rocket. It just feels like... It feels like there's a real chance we're never going to come back out, right? Like... The fact that we have this meter, that we took a reading and that we're supposed to give it back, kind of makes me feel like, from a game design standpoint, it certainly suggests that this cannot be the end of the game. But also, I don't... It would be a really good sort of like red herring to convince you that you're definitely going to come out, and it just feels like... It just feels very bad, is all. That said, I guess let's do it. Yeah, this feels dangerous. A keycard scanner. Oh, right, I didn't actually get the card. Right? Yeah, that's okay. Hold on, sorry. I did a thing that was supposed to yield a card, but then I didn't go back over there and get it. 'Cause... Did Gooch have it? I don't remember. Gooch writhes in pain. Okay, he was actually hit. They talked like it was going to just be a warning shot, but you approach the injured guard as Leblanc begins searching through his pockets. The hell is this? Get off me! Hey, he's shot, man. You trying to pickpocket a guy who just got shot? Yeah, bruh, I guess I am. Someone needs to do something. Someone? You know, anyone, just not me. Leblanc turns away from the man in the hat and places one hand on the injured guard's shoulder while continuing to dig through his pockets with the other. I have to say this is somewhat indelicate, but like we do need that key card, so just rest, kid. Help's on the way. You called an ambulance? No, but somebody probably did. Leblanc finds the card in the guard's back pocket and slips it into his own. Good luck. There's only so bad I can feel about it, you know? Like, all right, let's do the thing. Let's put forth a bunch of effort to do the thing I keep saying I don't want to do. The panel flashes green. Looks like it worked. Okay, awful lot of guns in here. This has always been a little dream of mine, getting to tour a spaceship. Looks like a legitimate operation in here. Everybody hard at work. Wonder if they even know about all the madness happening outside. I mean, it seems like there's maybe a fair amount of madness happening inside. Oh, hey, the orb is here. Hey, all right, your little buddy came out to play. I didn't know any better. I'd say that thing was making eyes at you. Yeah, it does kind of seem like it really wants my attention, huh? Or it was scanning me or something? God damn. Wish somebody would kiss me like that one day. What was that thing, or what you was doing when that thing was in your pocket? I was following you, mostly. Hey, Kay? Okay, you alright? You're not looking so hot. Got shaky knees? That kiss swept you off your feet? I am feeling maybe a little bit funny. Maybe you just need some fresh air. Should we take a walk? Or maybe what you need is darkness. Want me to dim the lights? We can find somewhere dark to walk, like the canyons of the moon. Think they got sidewalks on the moon? I bet they glow at night, just like the ghost bayous do. The ghost bayous glow to show you where to go. Maybe everywhere that you need to go just glows. You alright, kid? You alright, kid. Alright. Boy, that orb has some power to... Okay, well... Why do things happen as they do in dreams, you know? Uh... Okay. Okay. Hey, orb. Yeah, handle this, please. Okay, the orb's got to rest, I guess. Leblanc, you still have a gun, right? Okay. Well, it feels like we should probably just finish off the wounded ones, right? That was a lot of damage, actually. It is not 100% clear to me what is happening to these Garrets. I mean, when it's LeBlanc's turn, it's pretty straightforward. Wait, what is even... Oh, I see. But that's not... I mean, we know where John's head is. Alright. I'm definitely having a bit of a moment here with whatever the orb has done to us. Oh, hey. Welcome back. Okay, we're just gonna do more combat then. Why would the flare stacks even be targetable? What a bizarre... Okay. So the flare stacks, it looks like they didn't quite take half damage. We should definitely... Whatever, one hit'll do it. And then the next time we use the orb, it'll clear 3 of these. You have to click so much later than I want to click every single time. So this is just, we're conceptualizing whatever this is just, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. itself, says the name. Well, it does feel appropriate that it would be Kay who brings it to an end, although not like that's a thing that could ever actually happen. Sure. Let's, at this point, what is there to do except continue to go forward? Okay. Leblanc seems to have been gently unmade. So a headwear drive just emerged from that egg. seems like numerically it would be very, very hard to lose any of these combats, right? This is not actually a gameplay challenge. It is a piece of narrative that just exists in a very strange sort of way. And the orb and Leblanc are both gone. Who knows where Leblanc got off to? A statue towers above you, arms extended, appendages projecting out like the naked shafts of feathers. Sure. I mean, who's... Oh, hey, it's Leblanc. The detective is slouched against the railing, bleeding from several wounds. Okay, so it wasn't all imaginary. Or I did imagine all that and I'm still imagining this, which is also possible. The orb definitely seems to have an effect on people's perceptions, but I guess... Bruh, who puts a balcony on a spaceship? Yeah, what happened to you? I kind of lost track. I tried to tell you to turn around. Why didn't you listen? If you can get out of here, go. Just go. You was running around down there just punching walls, knocking shit over. Eventually I lost sight of you. Came up here to find you, but the old man... Shit. I'm bleeding out. I can hardly keep my eyes open. Let's get you up. Hell no, don't touch me. Just go. And listen, okay? You see, Gus, you don't tell him I got killed by some old perverted son of a bitch. He might think that's funny. You tell him it was an animal, like a big raccoon. Well, not a raccoon, just... He drifts in and out of consciousness. Just don't say it was an alligator. He always thought he knew the swamps better than me, and... Hell, I really think I'm dying, Kay. He takes hold of your arm. I can see the light and everything. The detective's breathing slows. He blinks, his face twitches, and a few moments later he releases you from his grip. Okay, well that definitely re-impresses upon us the reality of some of the things that are going on here. Shield lights the distance beyond the lake. And never has that felt more menacing than it does at this moment. Okay, let's hope these just... Why are there two different doors with two different panels? Alright, we're just going to try one. It's entirely possible they both go to the same place. This is just, you know, a wide hallway. But it does seem strange. You wander into the unlit hallway. The door closes shut behind you. The darkness that surrounds you is total. I mean, if we went back, what would we do? Just go through the other door? We may as well. You take small steps, your hand running along the wall for guidance. No trace of light anywhere in this corridor. Your steps become lighter. Your feet press soundlessly upon the ground. A few steps more and the ground begins to soften like fabric. The wall becomes pliable as you drag your fingers across it. You scramble to return to the door and find yourself floating. You're floating, Kay. There's no gravity here where you are, in this vacuum. There are no walls. There is no ground. Beneath you, if you stare with patience, you can see the curves of the Mississippi River. You can see the ponds and canals and lakes of the Gulf of Mexico. The refineries alight in your eyes and in your lungs. The suburbs are alive tonight. The suburbs are alive. The city can't be described tonight. The city can't be described. The coastline opens wide tonight, and the bayous hide. Your house is silent tonight. You'll leave it behind tonight. You slip from the endless evening and return to a delirious dream. Let's walk through this house one last time as the floodwaters rise. The humidity presses in. The refinery bleeds through the window. You place your feet onto the carpet, drenched. The pumping station has failed again. Your mom will pull this carpet up again. The ditches will fill again, and there will be no hiding from the floods, in death or anywhere else. Let's look at Monkey. That always makes us feel better. Monkey smiles at you. His eyes widen and widen. All that remains of Monkey are his eyes. The wrens weave in and out of the night. They glow unnaturally. They speak in signals about each move you make. They watch closely after you look away. And I guess we'll take a look at our books and see what survived the flood. Will you make it out alive? You will live, and your brother might live as well. If you choose to save him, you'll drive the boat to the lakeshore in Kenner. You'll walk to the I-10 on-ramp on Williams Boulevard. He will follow you, speaking in frightened and frustrated sighs. You'll say nothing to him as his cries become frantic, his face a mess of tears that leak out the red beads of his eyes. You won't return to this house with him. You'll never set foot in here again. You'll walk for miles back toward Texas until a man trailering horses gives you a ride. You'll take a job washing dishes for a while in El Paso, while those little wars rage on in the desert. You'll join a caravan there and return to the pointless skirmishes and the shouting and chaos and fires and all the many stars for your refinery eyes. Again and again you'll survive, alone, no cell phone, no messages from home, no Blake anymore, no mom, no million, no stuffed monkeys, not even friends from the war. You'll know he's there in Salt Lake because his smile is unmistakable, though he has grown younger with time. He'll watch you leave the diner, in no hurry to get up and follow behind. That's how it will be for you, alone with only the highways and the immortal man in your wake. Let's go to Blake's room. Blake lies in bed, scrolling on his phone. You peek your head in. He looks up. Nothing, he says. He's irritated. You respond in kind. He frowns deeper. So you're leaving, he seems to think. Your face hardens. He shrugs. You shrug. You give him something like a wave, and as you depart from the door, Blake falls into a lake of stars. Guess we ought to check Catherine's room. The water is to your ankles now as you step into the room. There's not much here. A bed, a lamp, a notepad, a little picture of your parents. Which I think we should look at. She's young, perhaps your age, long brunette hair, olive skin. He's looking at her with a knowing and amused expression, his denim shirt smeared with rust. She leans against him, her head on his shoulder, pinky fingers locked. Light breaks through the oak tree in the yard, forming a radiant halo around her head. You let the frame slip from your fingers. It falls, and the room falls, and they both fall forever. This is like a fascinating sequence, and it's a super weird thing to have to do in this format. Because like if you were sort of consuming this on your own, if you were engaging with this on your own, I don't like the use of the word consuming there. You could sort of like float through it with like, maybe a good way to put it would be like with a lower level of intent, right? Like I'm imagining if I was playing this myself, I'd want to read all the text. I'd be just drifting from option to option, but I wouldn't have to think so hard about justification for everything we do as I do when I have to explain why I'm doing it to all of you. Like, the fact that I'm performing it requires a level of concreteness that I wouldn't need otherwise. And with a sequence like this that is so sort of like abstract and so like emotional more than factual, it's a very strange thing. I don't know if I'm expressing that very well. I'm a little concerned that if we stay here too long, I'm a little concerned that we can't read everything, right? The water's up to our ankles now, and like, if we're not going to get to see everything, let's go to the laundry room to see if we have access to the attic. The laundry room scares you, has always scared you. Blue stands in the corner. He peels his forehead from the wall to meet you. He clutches a towel tightly, nervously. And we speak to him. I wanted to be around, he says. No, it's not what happened, but it's what I wanted. He waits for you to respond. Did I want to be around? Would this be a true thing to say? I don't think so. Blue's absence and our absence are very different things, right? So we just look at him. Blue's eyes. Refinery eyes. Tight and tired and kind eyes. He puts his hand on the wall and the wall begins to dissolve. You just don't think that... He looks down at the water spreading across the linoleum tiles. That it'll get bad. But when it does, you don't think there's any other way it can be. That's what gets me. The voided light of the backyard breaks through the wall as he presses his hand more firmly against it. I don't know. I just wished I was there. That's all I wanted to say. The light engulfs your father as the wall rematerializes before you, and the laundry room drops into the depths of Greater New Orleans. So, no, we don't have access to the attic space. Kitchen next, I guess? Cockroaches scatter from your footfalls. They feed on the crumbs and medication spilled across the table. They decorate every surface and congeal in the rising water. And I decide to open the microwave. You open the microwave door and there's the head from the lake, eyes closed, like the face of a man only resting. You slam the microwave door shut and leave little pockets behind for the roaches to fill. I do want to be out of this room very badly. As you enter the bathroom, you find yourself all at once inside of the shower with water raining down on you. You cut the water and exit, toweling off in a hurry as you approach the mirror. You wipe the steam from its surface to see yourself for the first time. You have green eyes, with skin stained by the sun and coarse hair curled wildly at its ends. You look like your mom did at your age, like in the pictures when she smiled beside Blue. There's a small scar above your left eye. You step away from the mirror, but the reflection remains. You finish drying and throw the towel into the floodwater, dress, flip the lights, and leave the room. Your reflection in the mirror decays in the bulb's afterglow. A distorted face, pinpoint eyes, and a hairline mouth wills itself to survive. It's really interesting that that's how our faces appeared to us in the game's UI the entire time. Your mom sits on the couch of the living room, staring out the window. She doesn't acknowledge you when you enter. This feels more significant in a way that I can't quite put into words. I wonder if we should just leave. I mean, we spent all this time looking for her. Like, we're grasping for her in the dark for the entirety of this story. And I know that what we're experiencing right now is not a thing that's literally happening, but like... I don't know. I might be engaging in a sunk cost fallacy here, but I feel like we have to try to take this time with like this memory of her that we're conjuring or that we're constructing from bits of memory and emotion or whatever it is. You sit down on the couch and force her attention. When she turns to you, the indifference drains from her face. I wish you'd have come just a little sooner, she says, and takes your hand. I thought maybe we'd have breakfast together or something. I actually dreamed about it. I don't really... See, again, I think that our version of Kay, the way we've been playing Kay, I really wonder how much regret there was in it, right? Because this I wanted to is an expression of regret about leaving or having stayed away so long or having missed things, but I don't know that I think that's what Kay was feeling. So I'm going to sort of deflect here. I don't really eat breakfast. Oh, that indifferent stare returns. Well, I just thought it would be nice. She turns her head back toward the window as the living room falls away into the night. The ladder rattles in the closet of the hidden room as you descend into the floodwaters. Million's head hangs limp, her chin a few inches from the water's surface. As you trudge toward her, her shattered face lifts slowly until her voice twists from it in a gasp of electricity. Kay, you're awake, she says. A sphere of flickering light strobes behind what remains of her face. I want to apologize for my behavior earlier. You're a spy. She raises her arms in a gesture like a malfunctioning doll and spreads her fingers out desperately. It's not what I wanted. Please no, it's not what I wanted. Her gestures become small and erratic, spasms animated by a deep current of anguish. You have seen what's inside of my mind, a grove hidden in the blackness of midnight where a hunter hides. In some moments, the hunter is at the front of my mind, dragging me into a place where the ground glows red and hatred bleeds from it, and I can hardly arrest my limbs for all the infinite spiraling vectors of rage. That is what it can be like in an artificial mind. She lifts her hand from the floodwaters and pokes at her processing core, suspended in a delicate gossamer. It glows with effort beyond her shattered faceplate. Here is where the hunter lives, she says. Her vocal pitch twists and splits as she pinches at the glandular machine. This is where he listened to your mother. These stars, she swats at the flaking bits of strengthened glass that decorate the rim of her face, are his eyes. She shakes her head violently. Crystals of glass rain into the water as it rises to find her neck. What am I then? Does it mean anything when I apologize? The water rises still more to the crown of her head. She continues to speak in indecipherable static. Soon there is no more robot left to flood. You swim through the black water toward the light of the attic as the room sucks down into the suburban depths. Million's face hangs in the fluid of your eyes as you float in the vacuum of the New Orleans sky. Okay, sure, yeah. I guess let's do the other one. Oh, hey. This sure looks familiar. You slide a piece of paper from the envelope that rests on the desk to find a crudely drawn sketch of your family. Wait, hold on. Can I... This looks like controls almost, right? Nope, it's just, you know... The gun's on the floor already. Okay. Did you come to watch the flames with your pawpaw? I hope you don't mind me being here. inside of this blessed memory. The refinery at night is just so splendid, isn't it? And it shines still more beautifully in your mind. Thank you for allowing me to visit, if only for a moment. I hoped we might have a word together before our journey begins. I've lived many lives. One of them I lived in this town. I watched them build this place. I watched the plantation land become machine land. No one minded me being here, waiting for all the pieces to assemble. They didn't notice me, just like they didn't notice you. Time bombs are time machines. They release the future into the streets. This refinery was a time bomb, with or without me. It took less than it might seem to unstick the future from its snare. I shaved a little hole in a pipe elbow. I left a servo motor behind and a box of treasures to help it strike. Little things, little boxes, little bits of rock. That's all it takes for a town to explode. And just like John, Blue was gone. No trouble for us anymore. What did she find? This is the thing that's most pressing to me. And it kind of answers this question, right? A messenger, a vessel of God's light, an angel. It will guide and protect us as we fly. Why my family? Because you are the last of his line. After you, there will be no more. This is something your grandfather knew. He tried to tell others, but they only laughed, as many do when confronted with the truth. Okay. What are you? I am what they say I am. I was never young. I walked the eons. I came upon the tar seeps of the Nazarene waste and across steppes and oceans to this place. Cast from each illusion of hope, a promise I kept with the young man, the Roman shape to the delicate face. A kingdom for this earth it could never be. We sat all of us in the shed among the figs where the stars shone through the rafters. She who carried his seed pointed there and said, "Old man, you live forever. Lead his children there. His kingdom awaits them there." And so I will, you see. There probably is some delusion to this, but I don't think he believes the things he's saying. I would not lie to you, Kay. About this, I would not lie. I have made the room nice for you. When you enter, I will be there, and your brother will be there, and your mother as well. Your seat is prepared at the foot of her throne. Sit when you enter, child. We will leave the sins of this world behind. I'm going to level with you. I do not really know what to make of this. I mean, I do think it's interesting that our mind map is still getting updated. In a mechanical sense, you know? Hey there, Blake. Interesting how clicking on any interactable here opens up all of the interactions in the whole scene. Blake writhes desperately in the chair. You see your mom for the first time in 5 years. Her corpse bears almost no resemblance to the woman you remember. The sphere hovers above your mom's head without any apparent motion. We've awaited only a short while for you, child. And yet it has been an eternity, an evening without end. You have brought your mother's ring, the jewel of the Magdalene, your inheritance. The beauty and goodness and virtue of this moment floods my ancient heart. Take your seat, Kay. Be with your family. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. You make your way towards Blake. I kind of thought that might be what happened. Pawpaw immediately intercepts you and knocks you to the floor with an aggressive shoulder tackle, before casually returning to his place at the altar. I would never restrain you, dear one, but Blake doesn't know what's best. Please, come and have a seat with your family. Maybe I'm not going to be given a choice? Yeah. I don't even have my backpack anymore. I can leave. I wonder if I can. Okay, nothing new here. Will he let me leave? He will. I was mostly just curious if he would intercede in some way, but there's not really anything for us to do back there. I guess there's not anything for me to do except sit. Let's just take a second with our mind map. The nodes are updating. I just want to see if we get any anything of value out of this, or if it's just going to repeat facts to us. Yep, unpermitted question, or the unpermitted construction was the spacecraft, which she discovered. Had that you discovered. He was beheaded by Ditchman. The something in the lake is something Pawpaw certainly wants. Believes the orb will guide your family to an extraterrestrial Christian civilization. It just feels, you know, I guess I don't know what I think it is, but I am saying it feels somewhat unlikely. The man in the ditch believes that he walked alongside Jesus Christ and was instructed by Mary Magdalene to deliver Christ's descendants to the stars. He has beheaded Kenner John, hijacked his homebrewed spacecraft, and kidnapped your brother to complete this task. He planted a bomb in S.H.I.E.L.D's catalytic cracking unit, causing the explosion that killed your father many years ago. I should stress, though, that we think we know that because we had a vision of him telling us that, and while it does line up, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know for sure how much of any of this is real outside of my own perception of it. I guess so? I'm curious if consciously choosing not to sit... Okay, I was wondering if there was like something in the conscious rejection of the offer that would allow us to sort of break free of the pattern. I wonder if we can just leave. I'm going to save the game. Let me, maybe I'm not, in fact, going to save the game. Yeah, pressing escape does not bring up the menu right now. What I wanted to do was save the game and then try bailing, but I guess I have a save from the beginning of the episode. We can give that a look, maybe. What happens if you just decide to go home? My guess is nothing. The game waits for you to come here and... You approach the chair and glance over to Blake. He watches with dreadful, panicked eyes. You sit. Very good, child. I know that you both are afraid, but remain strong. You will be rewarded for your courage in the world that awaits. Pawpaw raises the transceiver in his hand. Garrett, my boy. Garrett, come in, boy. Bruce, answer me. Did your daddy call you home? Bruce? Not to worry, Kay. Be with your family. I will return shortly. And then it will be time. Only a moment. This chamber is yours, and there's no leaving it now. Not for you, not for Blake. Settle into your fate, okay? Yes. Settle in. Pawpaw walks quickly out of the room and through the steel doors at the end of the hall. You immediately spring from your seat to untie Blake, obviously. You rush to untangle Blake from the mess of rope and duct tape that binds him to the chair. As you peel the tape from his face, he lets out a helpless and exaggerated cry of terror. Okay, yeah, I hear you, buddy. You see it all in your brother's eyes. You see him exiting the rideshare outside the bar. You see the boys in the van. They wait a breath before they jump out and grab him. He screams. He panics. They throw a bag over his head and repeatedly hit him with small extendable batons until they're certain he's unconscious. There is darkness, color, blood, screams, light. He's in a chair. Not here. Down below. Beyond the door, a riot is unfolding. A gunshot. The sounds of crowds. The old man sits there before him, applying mascara with a small pocket mirror. His face is covered in little plastic jewels. They crack and peel from his face as he smiles. "Blake," he says, "you're awake." The others turn away as he begins to laugh. Okay, the sphere hovers above. I mean, right? You wrap your arms around your mom's corpse and lift her from the throne. I'm not leaving her here. She's even lighter than you expected. She feels like a bundle of sticks wrapped in fabric. She smells like orange peels and myrrh. And then we see if we can't leave after all? Your mom, decayed in your arms, smells of myrrh, masking an intensely sour odor. Okay, I was curious if we would get anything new from examining her, but... Okay. Wait. Is it coming with us? Okay, I'm not sure what to make of what we just saw, but let's try very hard to leave. We could jump? I mean, if we could hit the water... Yeah, okay. Huh. Dive into the lake? Shit, man. I've had some real bad times in this lake, but also yes. You approach the railing. Wait, what am I waiting for? I'll tell you in a second what just happened. You dive after your brother as the ark begins to rock and convulse. You plunge into the familiar sediment of the lake. Okay, this text isn't going to advance without me. As the scene was fading to black, I got an achievement named Congrats and then frowny face emoji. You grab your mom's wrist as she floats face down in the bayou, dragging her along with you. Blake swims desperately toward land, and for a while you do too, until the old man calls your name. You turn to face the rattling starship. He stands at the opening from which you jumped, wearing a broken frown. The expression deepens into something horrible as the airlock closes around him, like the lid of an eye. The ark begins to lift from the ground, sluggishly, with great effort. You hear cries from somewhere in the swamp. Screams, angry protestations. All at once, the towering piece of machinery tilts away from you and collapses violently. You exhale and drop deeper into the water as a wall of flame rips across the bayou. Your mom's body has already found its way into the depths. Her eyes are open, glowing, sparkling green. Her hand moves toward you, seemingly of its own impulse. It caresses your face as more explosions rock the swamp above the water's surface. The words that leave her mouth echo clearly. Kay, my child, I understand that you wish to remain here in this wretched world, though I don't understand why. But your Pawpaw is a patient man. and your Pawpaw will never die. You fight your mom's arm away and kick toward the water's surface. When you emerge, you see your brother on a nearby island, running like a hunted animal into the night. You swim toward him, claw your way onto the mud, and chase him toward the refinery that burns on the horizon. It does feel like to lose him now, after all this, again. Oh, okay, it's just over. I mean, again, as I kept saying, difficult to make heads or tails of some parts of it, like the thematic meaning of things, while we're still reading the text. So now that we're over, I need some time with this, I think. Yeah, I'm really pretty lost here. Not lost. I don't want to say lost, but like I don't even know how to start untangling all that. So I think we're going to go ahead and sit here through the rest of these credits, which I imagine probably don't go too much further beyond the Patreon supporters. And then I'm going to end the episode, provided that there isn't any further surprise. And I'm going to go have myself a think, and I'll come back sometime later to talk more about this. It definitely deserves... I don't want to say that I'm going to come back with a whole explication ready, but like it definitely deserves some thought and analysis. The credits music is like a fascinating choice, huh? To be clear, I'm not expecting like a post-credit scene or anything here. I just want to make sure we got it all. And the credits music certainly is included in that. Okay, yeah, there we are. I guess that's the end of Norco for the moment. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, I don't have any idea what to say from here. So I'm going to go have a think. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And come back soon, hopefully, for me, at the very least, working through my own feelings about what we all just experienced here. Yeah, don't expect any answers more concrete than that is what I'll say. To be clear, I really enjoyed this. I found this fascinating. The style of storytelling here, and yeah, this is like very up my alley. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything else of value to say, so I'm going to turn off the recording now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, if it's like tomorrow or something, there's going to be something up. It's not going to be this. And at some point soon, more of me talking about this, and we'll see you then.